Let's talk about adding and subtracting complex numbers. When you add or subtract a complex number, you are basically just combining like terms. For example, if we take a couple of complex numbers that are written in standard form, like 2i plus 3 and 3i plus 4. When you add these two together, it's very similar to just adding binomials, where I here, the imaginary unit, acts like a variable as you do the addition or subtraction. Here we're adding, so we are going to take the two imaginary parts and put them together first. 2i plus 3i. That gives me 5i. Remember to keep your answer in standard form as you work through this. That's what you'll want to do. Then we take the real parts, the constant, the plus 3, positive 3, and plus 4. Okay? So 3 plus 4 gives us positive 7. Excuse me. And that's the answer to that addition. Okay? Now let's take a look at a subtraction problem. Subtraction is very similar. All right, we're going to work through I minus 6 minus 7i minus 4, okay? And notice that we have sort of a distributive property situation here. You could actually make this a -1, okay, as the coefficient on that second parenthesis. So you can go about this a couple of different ways. You can either subtract as you go, making sure that you pay attention to this being I minus 7i, and the constants being -6 minus -4. You can go about it that way, or you can distribute this negative before you start combining terms. That's what I'm going to do. For some people, this makes it a little bit easier. I minus 6. Distribute the -1 here to the 7i and to the 4. So -1 times 7i, and then -1 times minus 4 is going to give me plus 4. And again, we take our imaginary terms, the I minus 7i, put those two together, gives me a -6i, and then we put the two constants together. -6 plus 4 is going to give me a -2. Okay? And so for the subtraction, we get -6i minus 2 for our complex number. Both those are in standard form. Remember that standard form is imaginary part, and then plus the real part. Okay, sometimes your real part is negative, like it is here in the second answer with a -2. Excuse me, and sometimes it's positive, as with the positive 7 up there. Okay, so that's how we go about the addition and subtraction.